I messed up. Am I on the line?
Hi guys, welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Aman and today I'm doing a mock test with Niall.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Now, he's got a full licence. How old is your full licence?
My license about a month old.
Yeah.
Just got it a month ago, January the 13th.
So today's mock test is with a new driver who's got a full licence and to see if you would pass another mock test a month later.
I'm so confident I will not get any faults.
Alright, so we are in kind of familiar roads, you know the area?
Yeah, fairly, yeah.
Yeah, and you have been driving around since, so you shouldn't have any trouble.
About 2 to 3 weeks, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Alright, so we're going to get straight into it. So, before we get started, I'm going to ask you a quick question. Could you tell me about your anti-lock braking system? How would you know if there was an issue with your anti-lock braking system?
You would turn the engine on, and on the dash, the ABS light would come on. If it stays on, there's a problem with your ABS system.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good. So when you're ready, we can start the engine.
Yeah. E-brakes. Okay.
And then drive off when you're ready.
Pull.
Yep.
This car feels so much more different to my car.
Turn left. We're going to go ahead from here. Yeah, I forgot to say, you've only had, what was it, 16 hours of driving lessons
16 hours.
within about 2 months?
2 months, yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
That's pretty good actually.
I got a lot of help from, I got a lot of help from videos online.
Niall does manage to fit into this small space very well, but it would have been a bit easier had we stopped slightly earlier as we could see the traffic in the distance. Always try and leave enough space in front so you can easily move away and you can be seen.
Parts I'm signaling.
How did you find driving on your own when you first got in the car? No instructor?
It was quite scary because I started driving like 5 days after. 5 days after passing my test.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was just kind of like very vigilant.
Yeah.
I was making sure I was taking my time. But yeah, it was quite scary at first, but then I got used to it after a couple of hours.
Sounds quite intense though, like with the way you kind of went out learning to drive and stuff, which is all good. Everyone's different.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, I kind of crammed mine in like last moment. I was supposed to do my lessons way before, but we couldn't really get hold of an instructor, and then I finally got one. So it was kind of just crammed into the end.
You said you were watching videos online well before that anyway.
Yeah. A lot of, especially Clearview Driving. I watched about. Yeah.
I didn't tell him to say that, guys.
She actually didn't. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of videos which actually helped me implement a lot of advice into my driving.
Yeah.
Which I think played a key role into my pass.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thought so.
At the roundabout, I'd like you to turn left. Niall's got a really good approach on the lead up to the mini roundabout as he slows down and selects second gear in good time and then observes the junction early to avoid having to stop every time.
I try my best to drive with two hands. I'm so used to one hand driving already.
People always ask me, is it safe driving like this?
Yeah, it is, but the instructor wants to see you, like, when you're doing the test, people want to see you be confident with your driving, so it's better to use two hands.
Yeah, especially at higher speeds as well.
Yeah, it just keeps you more control of the car.
Yeah. When overtaking this cyclist, Niall does make sure the road ahead is clear and moves wide, but he moves back into the left too early when the cyclist was fairly close. Always make sure that you allow more clearance when moving back into the left as the cyclist is moving in the same direction. So wait until you can see them in your interior mirror before moving back into the left.
This cyclist is naked.
And then when we get to the roundabout, I'd like you to turn right. It's the 4th exit. On approach to this roundabout, Niall does take a bit of a cheeky gap as there was a vehicle on the roundabout, but we do have a fairly open view and he manages to enter quickly. But this is something to be wary about. If the vehicle had come through faster, this would have been an issue.
The signal at the roundabout. Oh my God.
And turn left just into this car park right here. Alright, what I'd like you to do now is to reverse back into a space of your choice. Just make sure you finish within the white lines of the parking bay.
Okay.
You have to lift it for reverse. When carrying out the Bay Park reverse exercise, it's a good idea to start slightly further away from the side that you wish to park. So in this case, Niall wants to park on the left-hand side. He should have started right of centre, or even in the middle of the road. Niall does make a serious mistake when carrying out this reversing exercise, as he uses the parking spaces in front to try and line up to get into the space. But in this particular car park, the parking spaces are not in line. So even though he thought he was in the middle of the space, we were in fact over the white line on the left-hand side, which you can see clearly on the reversing camera.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. Alright, when you're ready, let's exit.
Can I just move the seat forward a bit?
Yeah, you can.
I'll do that.
On the left side at the bottom here.
This one.
Okay, when you're ready, we'll exit the car park. and then turn right at the end there, okay? Now at the roundabout, I'd like you to take the third exit, please.
What, because they want us now? Okay, we're going to be going towards Felton from here. So it's not at these lights, it's just Oh, it's
after.
up ahead.
Yeah.
There?
Yeah.
20
Now if you could pull over and park up on this road, don't worry about the driveways on this occasion. Thank you. And drive up when you're ready.
Right, let's go.
At the traffic lights, turn left.
Not mine, but yeah, there.
Leading up to the traffic lights ahead now demonstrates good awareness and planning. Both lanes go ahead, but the left-hand lane has an obstruction with a bin lorry in the distance, so it's better to stay in the right-hand lane due to this. Approaching the next set of traffic lights, there are 2 lanes again, and the left-hand lane has parked vehicles in the distance. This time Niall stays in the left-hand lane, and as the traffic lights go green, he has to move back into the right. He doesn't get marked down for this, as he does check his mirrors and safely move over. But if you can see the lane ahead is obstructed, be sure to position early to avoid this issue. And then take the next road on your right just here. As we're waiting to make this right turn, the blue car coming towards us was flashing their headlights, but it wasn't very clear that they were giving way, so this does not get marked down as a fault.
Let's try to do.
If you could pull over and park up on the left anywhere safe.
Trying really hard not to scrape the vehicles.
Thank you. Drive up when you're ready.
There should not be a 20 road. That's crazy.
All these bumps tell me it should be a 20 road.
I know. But it's so annoying because the roads are so big. There shouldn't be any speed bumps as well. I guess it's a residential area, so yeah.
At the end, turn left. When it's safe to do so, I'd like you to demonstrate how you would open the window. Any window.
Alright.
May sound silly. But yeah.
Is that an actual question?
Yes, it is.
They
yeah.
ask you that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'll tell you a funny story about that one in a minute. Yeah, on a test a few years ago, the examiner said, could you demonstrate opening the window?
Yeah.
And the pupil, who was an experienced driver,
An experienced driver?
yeah, they released the door latch instead whilst
Really?
driving at 40. It clicked, but the door didn't swing open, obviously.
But how does that happen? They just get confused?
He just got confused, and he knows not to open the door at that speed, but obviously
So what?
nerves.
Was that an instant fail?
Yeah.
Ah, that's crazy. I mean, this was one of your own pupils.
Well, he's an experienced driver. It was just someone that just wanted to switch their license over. At the traffic lights, turn right, please.
Traffic lights. Okay. I think that's
Approaching the traffic lights ahead, Niall gets a serious fault with response to road markings as he goes well over the stop line to stop at the traffic lights.
I messed up. Am I on the line?
Well, the line's over here.
Oh my. Oh no.
What did you think?
I thought there was another line up there. I thought I was behind the line.
Can you see the traffic light from here?
Yeah.
Like the one next to you. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't. Ah, no. Would that be a serious fault?
I'm gonna let you think that one over.
Can I reverse back? No.
Yeah, because you rolled up to it as if it was a giveaway line.
Ah, no. Keep making silly errors.
As we're waiting at this traffic light junction to make this right turn, the traffic lights ahead has space for a filter arrow. Now when we're waiting in the middle, as long as the road ahead is clear, you can turn, and the filter arrow turns on at the end of the sequence. But on some traffic light junctions, the filter arrow is timed according to the traffic, so it may not always turn on.
Can't believe this. Third exit, yeah?
Yes, please. Roundabout, we're just following the road ahead towards Hanworth.
Okay.
And that one.
Ah, I could have gone.
Okay, now at the roundabout, I'd like you to turn right. It is the 4th exit.
8316?
Yeah. On the lead up to this next roundabout, Niall does get a serious fault for control steering as he hits the tyre on the right hand side into the curb before we entered. His speed on approach to the roundabout was slightly fast and he starts looking to the right quite early and doesn't look at what's right in front of him. As we're speeding up on this ramp to join the carriageway, Niall's switching through the gears fairly quickly, and it would have been a better idea to use a lower gear for a little bit longer to be able to speed up quicker. He switches into 5th gear quite early, and the car does lag as we're going uphill. And we're going to be taking the exit coming off. So it's just before the green, okay?
Yeah. Turning left?
Yeah. Okay, now that's the end of your driving test. How was your drive?
I think it was alright.
Yeah.
There was a few parts where I made some silly errors because I was overthinking it. Like at that roundabout, we were turning right
Yeah.
and I forgot the signal. That, and also when the lady was trying to cross over and there was a bus coming over and I was turning right, I feel like I should have waited to turn
No, you
in.
handled that fine.
Was that fine?
Yeah.
Apart from
We
that, I think it was
we were there for a little while before that anyways.
yeah. Apart from that, I think maybe a pass. I'm not too sure.
Listen, you're confident with what you're doing. You drive well, but unfortunately, this is a real driving test. You would have failed. How many serious mistakes do you think you got?
2. Is there more?
3.
3?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wait,
Okay,
what?
guess what you think they could be.
Okay, traffic light.
Okay, yes, that's one.
For a fact.
Yeah.
Signalling? Not signalling on a roundabout?
That was okay because that big roundabout was quite big. Your signal generally turns off as you go around that one.
Don't know what else.
You know your bay park?
Okay.
Were you in the space?
I think. I couldn't really see from the mirrors. I was trying to look, but I thought I was in the bay because I was looking at the bay ahead. Yeah. And I thought I was in the bay.
They weren't lined up.
Were they not?
No.
Was that too far out?
Your left back tyre was actually over the line. Both tyres were on the line, but this back one was actually over. So when I first had a look, I couldn't see the lines. I had to kind of really go under the car to see it.
No. And what was the third one?
The third one was, you know, this second to the last roundabout we just did, where we took the 4th exit for the 316. Did you feel that right side tyre hit before you entered the roundabout?
No idea. Did it actually?
Yeah.
No way.
So we had the island.
Yeah.
And the roundabouts there. Just as you're going forward, your attention was on the right. The island generally has this little triangle bit which sticks out.
Okay.
And because you're just looking to the right and keeping the wheel straight, you've hit your right side tyre as you've kind of gone in. It wasn't a massive shunt because that bit looked like people have been hitting it in the past. So it was kind of rounded off.
So what? I went on top of the curb? Like I curved
Slightly,
it?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be a serious fault.
Well, yeah, you hit the curb. Can you go on and off the curb?
But like...
It's not a good look.
No. I actually genuinely thought I did that roundabout well. I think I was going a bit fast on that roundabout.
You were going a bit fast, yeah. You know when you went uphill on that 50 bit? Yeah. I wouldn't change gears that early.
Really?
Yeah.
What, because I'm going uphill?
Yeah. Did you realise when you went into gear 5, the car...
It was kind of slower, yeah.
Yeah.
But normally I do that in my own car.
Yeah.
But I just don't think of it much.
Yeah, if in your own car, if the engine size is different and all that,
yeah,
that's fine. And plus, if you're fast enough, then you're going into 5, that's fine.
So what would have been like the best gear to stay
I would have
in?
carried on in 4th for a little bit longer. 4. If you got it right up to 50, then yeah, 5. But we were about 40, and then you went into gear 5, and then it lagged a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's just purely because you're going uphill, you want a bit more power, leave it in a lower gear.
Yeah. I should have thought of that.
Yeah. But overall, you know what you're doing, your drive is really nice. Lots of other, I'm trying to think of what bit I want to talk about, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so some of the bits that you could probably improve, you know, like when you're learning to drive, you're always trying to be in the left lane.
Yeah.
There were 2 points where I felt like you were just being a little learner.
Why?
So as we went forward, there were 2 lanes.
Yeah.
And you just kept trying to get in the left one.
But,
and hear me out. On one of the occasions, there was a traffic light, and just after the traffic light, on the left, there were parked cars. You then
I know what you mean.
So a bit more forward planning that, yes, there are 2 lanes, but there's parked cars. Do I really want to be on the left?
Yeah, in my head, what I thought was, because I keep seeing people get minor faults for staying in the overtaking lane.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, just move to the left.
Yeah, I get that, but with that one, you want to also plan ahead.
Yeah, I should have looked ahead in the parked cars, yeah. I was lucky the van driver gave me way as well. He slowed down for me.
You do really well with the gears, like you're being always sorry, let me go back. Let me stop that again. I can't talk right now.
That's all right.
You did really well with the gears because you're being really eco-safe. You're always trying to use the highest gear for fuel efficiency, which is good.
Yeah, and I try to like rev match to stay into, like if I'm slowing down, going around corners, try to stay in the second gear.
Yeah, no, you did that well.
Yeah.
All of that was really good, but just be mindful of not going too fast when you're coming off of that roundabout. I feel like we were just swinging a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like I could have slowed down a lot. I was going about 25, 30.
Oh, not on that roundabout. I think you were about 20 on that one.
20, yeah.
So about 17, 18's alright, because it gets a bit tight in places on that one. Because even though it's 2 lanes, it's just a bit... Ooh.
Yeah, I was lucky there's no one there. But if there was someone there, it could have been...
At first we had someone next to us, like a silver car, but as we went round, they were fine. They kind of went off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Were my mirrors alright?
Mirror checks on top of it, no concerns. You were really, you dealt with the you dealt with the meeting situations and clearance and all that really nicely, no trouble.
Yeah.
You're always aware of your surroundings, so you generally drive very nicely.
Thank you.
But yeah, a few little bits here and there, just a bit more forward planning, lower gears for uphill. No, but you're doing really well.
I feel like I'm sometimes hesitant as well, but yeah.
You weren't actually being hesitant at all.
Sometimes I am. Well, my test, all my faults were or just undue hesitation, because my driving instructor told me it's better to just take the hesitation fault than to go in.
Yeah,
and just have a
there's
mistake.
if you've got like, yeah, if you've got that, but then at the same time now you don't really want to be hanging around. You don't do that anyway, so that wasn't a concern from me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So yeah. Alright guys, that is the end of the mock test today. Let us know what you thought of Niall's driving. I thought it was a really good drive. It's a shame about that traffic light.
I was so sad about that.
So the line is here and he's stopped and then rolled forward and then...
I blame the sun. It's not my fault. Don't be too harsh on me, guys.
Alright guys, bye.
Have a good day.